So here we are. I've just pulled up home from another week done at work. So this week, what are my reflections from this week? It's been a lot of a heavier week this week, I think, with my students and all my clients, all my people. Quite a few endings. So some abrupt that I didn't know was coming, but the client obviously feels ready for it. Some we knew we were coming up for a bit of a break. So yeah, I think I'm processing that. I think I'm processing the endings at the moment. And obviously I'm going to always respect and put my client's autonomy first, because that's the whole point of this, is that they know their wishes and they know what they want. And if they're ready to end, they're ready to end. And if I've got questions about that, then surely, as long as it's for their purpose, we can explore those questions in the sessions. But if I feel like it's for my own need and why I'm asking those questions, then yeah, I'm going to take that to my supervision on Monday and Tuesday that I have coming up. I think the important word that's really sticking out to me for now is giving the client their autonomy and beneficence and making sure that I'm working with the client's best interests. And I think that if they want to end, they want to end. And that must be a good thing for them to want to finish whenever they feel ready to finish. And yeah, I'm obviously stuck with pondering it. And I think it was the unexpectedness maybe of some of the endings. Either way, really good week. My reflection probably isn't that deep this week, but I think the overall theme for this week was endings. Whether that's physically ending with a client, or their own types of endings, or even my own type of ending. Have I had many endings personally this week? Don't know. Maybe that's why this is sticking with me. I'll think about that and come back to you guys. But yes, what is an ending? So I think my reaction is that self-care is so important in this job, and it's one of the things that I constantly and try and support my clients with learning as well. I never really knew what self-care was until I started this journey to become a counsellor anyway, because I was definitely not the one to pursue in self-care in any type of form. So for me, it's understanding that, yes, this week has been particularly heavy for me, especially with the amount that has been reflected upon. So I think it was Wednesday, I literally was like, right, it's been a really heavy day today. A lot of listening, a lot of paraphrasing. There's been a lot of information heard. So I was feeling quite heavy. I was feeling quite weighted with what we'd explored together. So I think for me, the best way for me to unprocess that and have the reaction so I'm not feeling it so heavy in my body is, luckily I have quite a long drive from work to home. So I put my tunes on, I blare my heart out, it's like a one-person concert. I don't care what people can see. I don't care what I sound like. For me, it's that release. It's like getting it out of my body and getting all the feels out, feeling it all, and just singing. For me, singing, music, dance, moving your body is a really good way for me to get what I'm feeling out of my body, where I might not be able to find the words to say. And the physical movement, I know in somatic work, in breath work is very, very good as well for getting it out of your body. So yeah, I've been singing my little heart out, driving home, most particularly on Wednesday. I'm not okay. The abundance, but you do. That's the truth. These beautiful things that I've got, please stay. While we listen to some music and get it out of our body, yeah? I'll give you my dirty little secret. Thank you. Feel it, respect it, move on from it. I thought I would share a little bit of an insight into you and how I tend to summarise and wrap up a session with a client. So again, it's very client-led. If they don't want to do this, I don't force them. It's each to their own. But I found and kind of gone into, I don't know how it started actually, But I have these little books of quotes, positive quotes. Again, not an ad, but I got these from Amazon. There's loads. I've got another few at work. And I love them as a way of summarising and doing that reflective part at the end of the session, so we can start grounding down, reflecting on what we've just explored, and then being present to back into the future, into the present, so we can leave. So I have a bit of a theme tune that I give them their 10-minute warning, coming to an end, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, do you fancy a quote? Or do you just want to run out the door and leave? And I'm like, normally 9 times out of 10, they quite like the quote. So I'm like, let's choose a quote from the Little Books of Positivity. I mean, that's a good theme tune. But it always makes them smile. And so I'm being called towards the green. I'm being called towards the green. So I give them the book. Obviously, they're already seated at this point. They hold the soft pages, and we literally just think about what we've been thinking about, and we just flip until we stop. And then you choose a page, and then you choose left or right. Okay, so I'm going to go left, and it states or says, because you are alive, everything is possible. Because you are alive, everything is possible. What a beautiful quote. And I think what a lovely way to end sometimes on sessions. So if that was with a client, I could reflect on tying that into highlighting themes of what they've explored. They can even find the connections themselves. They normally do, and it quite resonates quite hard with them. And yeah, because we are alive, anything is possible. So why put limits on ourselves? Why put ourselves inside boxes that we have to follow? We're alive, we're living, we are a life. So anything is possible.